Hi, Sherinata here, and I help busy moms and their families to manage stress. And I just wanted to share a little thought that I had with you, an epiphany that I had the other day when I was watching a Tony Robbins video. And in this video on YouTube, Tony Robbins was actually speaking with this woman and transforming her in the audience. For those of you who don't know who Tony Robbins is, he is like the guru in retraining your brain, subconscious thinking, NLP techniques, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is all about the subconscious, and reprogramming ourselves from failure to success, from why we don't love ourselves to loving ourselves, to reprogramming our old drivers that are sabotaging ourselves so that we can create a better life for ourselves in this world and to set an example for those around us. So watching it, and he even said in there, he's like, look, he goes, I'm spending all this time with this lady, this woman, and transforming her, which I usually don't spend this much time because I know at some point it's going to touch each and every one of you in this room, because if you are a parent, you're going to feel the transformation. You're going to get something out of this that may reflect on you and your children. If you have parents, then you're going to be affected by this. And, and pretty much touched everybody else in the room, because unless if you're an alien and you smack dab came here out of this world, you're going to have parents. And even then, the alien probably has parents. So at that point, everybody's touched, unless if you landed in a pod. Okay, so with that being said, yeah, everybody was touched in the room. And as I watched this video, I was touched because I had this massive epiphany about how I blocked the success of my son. When I was younger, and I was always, very successful in my work. I loved what I did. I loved sales and marketing. I, had my degree. I was in sales and marketing for a long time, and I've always had an entrepreneurial heart. I knew that I'd be owning my business, and I had to work on my own, and that's why sales was always great for me. And then I transitioned into my own business, extremely successful business, making so much money. I had to put the phone out, hang up the phone, push business away. It was mostly word of mouth, and I was in the performing arts business. I was a clown. I worked with characters. I did face painting, balloons, music shows, magic shows. I was creative. I had my outlet. I had fun, and guess what? That was when my son was from about 6 to 10 years old. And he watched me succeeding. And guess what? At that time, he loved money. He was like Mr. Krabs. He loved money so much. And he's like, money, money, money. He wanted to sleep in money sheets. And he earned his money. He thought making money was fun because I was having fun making money. And it was all around me. Cash was flowing in. It was great. And so then I felt like I knew in my heart I was meant for bigger things. I knew in my heart that it was time for transformation in myself, and I had a shift. It was a shifting time. We all have that in our lives. We all know that we have to do something for a while. We feel like we're not filling those shoes properly, and it's time for us to get into something new, right? So this was my time for transformation, and I was getting all these downloads and all this information coming in that I had to write a book, and it was time for me to write a book about, it was all channeled information about 2012, Mother Earth, and completely different from my clown world. I had to transform myself to somebody else and be authentic. I didn't want to. I had to hide. I cried when I hung up my clown shoes, and I started going into using my gifts, what I've had for many years, but I always hid them. I had them since I was 16. I was, talking to the other side and getting messages, and very large messages about the world and transformation and touching lives. And I didn't know what to do with this. It scared me, right? So now here it is. I'm feeling this pulling in my heart, tugging in my heart to grow bigger. Well, guess what? I got in my own way. I was living in fear constantly. I cried all the time. Why am I doing this? I was hiding behind my gifts. I even used, at that time, I didn't want to put my name on the book, and I just wanted to be a ghostwriter and did not want to let anybody know about what I was doing. So I started making different programs for transformation and instant healing programs for children and for adults as I started evolving. And it was helping me but I was still scared to put the information out there. So literally there was about 3 years that I hardly made any money. And I was crying. I was stressed out. I didn't like what I did. I got in my own way all the time. And guess what? That was his formative years of a teen. He saw me stressing out. He saw me not making any money. I shared with him how horrible it was and that I'm doing the best that I can and I want to quit and I don't want to go on anymore. I just want to stop. And drama everywhere. And I got sucked into it, right? You know what he told me? In his teenage years, he says, I don't want to own a business. Businesses are stressful. I don't want to, be a business owner. And, I just want to work a 9-to-5 job and work for somebody. Well, guess what? I did that to him. I blocked his success as a parent. Now it was up to me to unblock his success after I had this epiphany of realizing what he was doing, that he was blocking this. And it was a perfect example of who I was. He was picking up everything. So think about it, moms and dads out there. That when you see something in your child and you don't like it, you don't like what they're doing, you don't like how they're acting, look at yourself. What are you doing? Because you are here on this planet to learn from them as much as they're learning from you. It is a give and take. They chose, you actually opened up your heart and they came in here and you guys had into this world and you guys had this contract and said, I'm coming in here, mom and dad, and I'm coming in here, will you raise me? And you said, yes. The angel said it was time. God said it was time. You guys all had this contract that you're going to bring this person into this world, this little tiny baby, and help to form him. But there's an attachment because everything is a reflection of who we are. And when I look back, and you look back on your children, and you look at your children, and they're angry, and they're upset, they're not safe in the world, they're not secure, they don't know how to cope, they're not, they don't feel balanced, they're not making good friends, they don't have good relationships. Look at yourself. The perfect part about reprogramming our minds is that there's no end. There's no failure. Failure means it's another option for success, for you to try again, for you to move forward again in your life, for you to reprogram and to do something else, to look at something new, a better way. So knowing that, for me, I called up my son. And I told him after this, I said, thank you, Tony, because he told her to call her son. So, of course, I'm listening. I'm like, I got to call my son because now I have this information downloaded saying, oh, my God, I see what happened. When he was younger, he was a pure reflection of me. He loved making money. He loved what he was doing. Then as he got older, yeah, he was a teenager. Yes, he had emotional stress. Yes, he does great in school, and he's got a lot of pressure, and teens do have so much pressure around them. But when you have pressure coming from your parents and in your home and you're not happy, guess what? That's a pure reflection, and they're soaking it up like a sponge. So instead of being, Mr. Krabs and loving money from SpongeBob SquarePants, now he's he's repressing and pulling away from success. At least in business, because he has a great judgment of character. He does have that. I do. He's extremely intuitive. He's a pure reflection of me in so many great ways, but he picks up the other things as well, the fears. So look at your children, realize what fears that they have, what they're scared of, what they don't want to move forward with. And maybe if they don't have balance in their life, maybe there's a reason why. Look at what you're eating and what are they eating. Look at how you're acting and talking, and look how they're acting and talking. Or your husband or your spouse or, whoever it is in their life that they're hanging around. And begin to make those shifts because it's not the end of the world. You have the ability to set a newer example because as you change and transform, they too will change and transform. So what do you think I just did? Yes, I called him up on the phone. He's in college. And I said, I love you. And I am so sorry for teaching you my fears. I am so sorry for you thinking that business is nothing but failure and strife and stress, because it doesn't have to be that way. That was my lesson because I got in my own way, because I was fearful. And all the programs and the things that I did to create have created me to be who I am today. And so I can touch more people around this world in a bigger way. Because I had to fall and I had to get back up again. And we're all going to fall. And I said to them, you're going to fall, but you're going to learn how to get back up. Because that's what we do in life. So love who you are, respect who you are, be a trailblazer, and go with your heart inside of you. Believe in who you are. Teach this to your children, and you call up your children or you tell your children that these are your lessons. And you're doing the best that you can as a mom or a dad. And ask them, what is it? How am I getting in my own way that you're picking up for me? So I can be a better person, so you can learn from them as well as they learn from you. So know that I am so grateful that I had that huge lesson in my life, because the more that we're able to communicate our fears and our successes, and that it's our journey, and that we can't be there for our children all the time, but what we can do is be there to set the example so they remember. And that is the most important thing. To give them the safety, the security, the confidence, to speak their truth, to love, to live without regrets and resentments in life. And if you're not doing that and you can't do those things, then reevaluate who you are and how you can move forward to be a better person and to change, to be happier in your life, to have better relationships. So join me anytime. This is Monday Morning Mindset, and anytime, every Sunday morning, I also have Sunday Morning Bliss. So you can go to Sherinata.com, sign up, get Sunday Morning Bliss. It's free meditations and messages that are short, easy to listen to. They come right in your mailbox, in your inbox. It'll raise your vibration, help clear your mind, raise your frequency to see the world differently in a more positive way, to set a better example for yourself and for your children. So my name is Sherinata. Go to Sherinata.com or createyourmagic.com so you can start learning energy balancing and stress management tools for yourself and your family, so you can help to make this world a better place for generations to come. And always remember that today is a new beginning, and with every step that you take, the future starts right now. Small baby steps are big ones, and all that matters is that the first step counts, so make it a great one. Have a great day, and see you on the next Monday Morning Mindset. And sign up for Sunday Morning